Hello and welcome to Youth in Agriculture, and as always, this is where we get to show you opportunities along the agricultural value chain that can be converted into a business. And if you don't like to touch the soil, well, today I got you. We're gonna be focusing on value addition. Right here in Langata is an industry called Taste Afrique. It's a cottage industry, Chibondiro, that focuses on making spices made from fresh vegetables which they buy from local farmers. Come with me, let's go meet Nzazi, who is the CEO and the founder, the brain behind Taste Afrique. Come with me.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Karibu sana.
Yani, the aroma in this place
Is heavenly.
very, I mean, it's I don't even know how to describe it.
Karibuni sana.
Asante sana. So what is that?
These are cloves, or in Kiswahili karafu,
Uh-huh.
which we use as part of our ingredients. These are just spices. They are very nice in terms of the aroma, and in terms of the nutritional benefits. They help in detoxing, helping also in reducing inflammations, and they are one of our raw materials in Chibondiro, Siri, and in actually every product of ours have cloves.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can tell that your spices are not just food. They just don't enhance the flavor of our food, but we also get a lot of nutrition value.
Yeah, of course. Actually, our mission statement is health first from nature's best.
Nice.
As you can see, health first from nature's best. Yeah. So actually, we are driven by this mission that everything we actually produce and make sure our customers consume is a healthy additives to their food. So we are intending to shift the mindset of people into healthy eating, healthy lifestyles, inculcating a healthy additives into their food, because people these days just want anything as long as their food will taste good. So if you can give them a good and healthy option that is tasty, why not? Because so many people think healthy options are not tasty. True. Healthy foods are boring. So with an addition, just a sprinkle of Chibondiro in your food, it takes your food to another level in terms of the taste, the aroma, and the health benefits.
Wow, that is incredible. Yes. I can't wait to get to the gist of the entire story. But
sana.
first, we want to know who Nzazi is. Is this what you wanted to do when you were growing up, when you went to school? Is this what you chose to do?
Okay, as I was growing up, I used to really steal from my mother's kitchen a few ingredients so that I can go out and play with my friends. And the passion of cooking actually continued growing, and the passion of cooking enhanced to high school, where I did home science, and eventually when I went to campus is when I realized that this cooking can be actually something that can bring something to the table. And I wondered how I can be able to replicate my mother's cooking into my food. And more so in high school, we used to eat a food that was not really tasty. So we used to carry some things so that we can put in our food. In that time, we used to call it mkango. So my sister was in high school at that time, and she used to tell me, could you please make for me the mkango you used to make in your high school? And that's when I started making Chibondiro. And for her to go to school every now and then, people used to ask her, what is that you've put in your food? Can I have some? And eventually I realized that's a market niche that if I penetrate into it, it's going to help not only me, but it's going to create employment. It's also going to help the smallholder farmers to find the route to the market of their goods. And that's how I mixed 1, 2, 3 things and got the formula right for Chibondiro. Yeah, but given that you asked if this is something that I wanted to do, yes, I've always wanted to be working with farmers, cooking, and producing something that people will actually have a solution in their kitchens. When I went to campus, I did economics and finance. And also while in campus, I made sure I finished my certified public accountant, that is CPAK. So just even before I graduated, I already got a job as an auditor. And that also was a good stepping stone for my business, because it gave me the clientele at work where I will make it at home and take to work and sell to my friends, and also use it as a like a model to get their feedback and how I can improve the product and how they like the product.
Take us through the process of now resigning from your work. You do this full time. How was that?
Okay, resigning from my work was actually not easy because at that time the business was not making enough to pay me as much I was being paid from where I used to work. But the motivation behind the business, the vision, our vision is to be the leading natural food seasoning product of all households. We want to be a household name. That was a driving force for me, and it motivated me to think on how I can build the business to a level where it can be able to pay me and pay other people. So resigning was not easy, but both from family members and friends, they didn't understand why, how. I will leave a good job as a young girl, because at that time I think I was 26, 27, and that's like 5 years ago. So at that time it was very hard, but I didn't have so many responsibilities, so I think it was a good time for me to kickstart my career in what I'm passionate about.
How did you establish the business from the initial starting, thinking now you've quit from your work and now you have to go big? Certification, you need an apartment.
Okay, so what happened is I got the certificate of incorporation while I was still at work. Then I started following up on different certifications like the KEBS. So the KEBS took long because I need to meet some standards. They came the first time, the second time, until now I was able to get the certification. So when I got the certification from KEBS, that really motivated me and made me feel like, so my product is KEBS certified. And when they came, one of the recommendations was that I should not do it where I used to live. At that time I used to live in a bedsitter, and that's where everything was. The bedsitter was there and my business was there. So they said they will only give me the certificate if I separated the business and the domestic part of it. So they advised, even if you'll get a 2-bedroomed house and 1 bedroom is fully for the business and the other one you're living, that's okay. So at that time, I rented the next bedsitter next to me. And now I had 2 bedsitters, one where I live and the next one where I do my business. So it came to a point now the orders were so many and the bedsitter was not enough. So that's when I started looking for a place. And at that time, of course, I couldn't afford a warehouse because the business was not is still growing. So I identified this place where I dedicated the whole building to the business, and I took like part of it, like just the master where I stay, and then everywhere else is where the business is. So actually it's just favor that the landlord accepted that we convert this place into a factory. So it's just a cottage industry, and we are able to produce and at least meet the demand that is out there through just the normal kitchen, because we are not yet at a place where we can get a warehouse.
How old is your business and how many job opportunities have you created so far?
So currently the business is got to 5 years, like 2 days ago, and we have created employment for around 47 people, with 12 in the side of administration, about 6 in the side of production, and the others are out there doing sales and making sure that they push the product to the final customer.
Maybe briefly you can explain some of the processes that goes on inside there.
So it's just the sorting, like what you found me doing, where we sort the spices, maybe remove any foreign bodies in it, and then we are able to grind these spices into a particular texture. For the wet ones, that is onions, ginger, garlic, and dhania, we are able to also clean them and then crushing using the crusher, then weigh according to the proportion and the recipe, then we cook and drain and pack. Most of our processes are manual, but we're looking to automate them as we grow. The most biggest challenge in our small business actually are youth youth-led business or a woman-led business is the lack of collateral.